Heyo, what's going on everyone? Nathan here. So today, in case you missed it, it was Apple's keynote event for their Worldwide Developer Conference for 2022, also known as WWDC22. And this is generally where Apple will announce their upcoming software updates for their Macs, their watches, iPhones, all their devices. And so today's event was almost about 2 hours, jam full of information. And in case you missed it, in this video, I'm going to cover everything that they said unveiled at this event, and if you're ready for that, then let's get into it. So the first software Apple talked about is the new iOS 16 coming later this year, and the first thing that they mentioned about this is their redesign to the lock screens. These lock screens will be customizable with new widgets for quick information. You'll also be able to change the font styles and colors of the time itself, and the ability to switch between different lock screen styles by pressing and holding the lock screen and then swiping from one to another. There will also be a new feature to take a subject from a photo in your wallpaper and move it on top of the time to add depth to the screen. Notifications will come now from the bottom of the screen, and you also have the ability to add live activities to the lock screen. This can range from scores of sports games with play-by-play updates or the progress of an Uber ride in transit. So I personally think that all these updates are great for the lock screen, and finally now you're going to be able just to have more than the camera and flashlight and time, and it's going to allow people to personalize their phones even more. Big fan of this one. There will be focus filters that will sort between specific content in either Messages, Safari, or other supported apps, and you can apply these focus modes to lock screens as well. So you can add a specific one to one lock screen, press and hold, swipe to a new one, and you can set a different focus mode for that as well. So transitioning from the lock screen to Messages, Apple made 3 huge improvements to iMessage that have been much needed. And the first one is that you're going to be able to edit messages that have already been sent. So in case you messed up a text message and it already went through the other person, you can edit it and they'll get that update in real time. The next update is that you can undo sent messages and it will be retracted in case you sent the message to the wrong person. And I think everyone has at least made that mistake a few times in their life, so this is definitely a huge possible lifesaver for some people. And one other thing that I'll personally use a lot is that now you can mark any sort of thread as unread, so you can save this message for a better time when you can respond to it when it's more convenient for you. SharePlay will also be added to FaceTime and iMessages, so you'll be able to enjoy different apps and videos with your friends in those group chats, and you can view it right from the Message app itself, which I think is a pretty cool update. Live text will also be added to video, so now you can pause a video on any frame and then scan using the live text feature, and then you can look up whatever this text says or copy it and add it to your clipboard. The Wallet app also got an update where Apple Pay will now support tap to pay from iPhone directly for contactless payment, and you'll be able to track any package ordered through Apple Pay. Finally is Apple Pay Later, which will allow you to make 4 separate payments on a purchase, and you can do this over 6 weeks with 0 interest and 0 fees. And these payments can be tracked using the Wallet app itself. Maps also got an update where you're now going to be able to add 15 stops to any sort of destination you want to go to. And if you haven't hit that 15 mark yet, you can always use Siri now to add a stop into your travels as well. Next is family sharing, where people will be able to create a photo library over iCloud with their family and select photos to upload them so everyone in the family can see them in this one library. For privacy, there is this new feature called Safety Check, which is designed for individuals in abusive relationships to help protect them. This will disable location sharing with people who have it, reset your privacy permissions, and sign you out of your iCloud account on all of your devices. This feature can also be tailored to specific individuals, so you don't completely erase your location from everyone in your contacts in case you need that extra support or you want some people to still know where you are. The Home app got a makeover with a new home screen and easier use for adding devices, and a mainstream way of seeing any house cameras you may have, and access controls for smart home devices. One new feature I'm really excited for is Apple gave a sneak peek of their next generation CarPlay. So I've never had a car that can support CarPlay, but I've seen it before, and this new redesign looks really cool and I'm excited for it. You'll be able to adjust your car's settings such as temperature, the radio station, and there will be new widgets powered by your iPhone, which will fit on whatever screen you have. So Apple made it sound like this will specifically fit any sort of screen, and then later on they talked about specific companies that they're working with. So I'm assuming that this next generation CarPlay will be tailored toward any screens that support the new generation Apple CarPlay. But like, they didn't specifically say that, so keep that in mind. You will also now have customizable dials for speed, RPM, fuel, with different styles and colors. I think this feature looks really cool, and now like this makes me want to get a car with Apple CarPlay in it, or at least make sure that this is on a checklist for me when I go to buy like my next car. And then two other small things to this iOS 16 is that now the iPhone will get quick notes just like the iPad, and there's also an improvement to spatial audio where you're going to be able to use your iPhone's true depth camera to like map out your room and really make it sound like the music's coming from your specific room itself, which sounds like it could be a cool feature. So from iOS 16, Apple then went on to watchOS 9. There will be 4 new watch faces, including a redesigned astronomy face, a new lunar calendar, playtime with these animated numbers that dance around when you tap on the screen, and a metropolitan watch face where the numbers stretch when you turn the digital crown, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. There is a new Siri UI, and finally banner notifications from the top of the screen, which is such a much needed improvement, and I was getting really sick of every time I got a notification on my Apple Watch, it just completely covered the whole screen and made it almost useless. So I like this new banner system that they're implementing. The workout app also got some improvements to it, and more specifically with the running workout itself. So running will now track vertical oscillation, stride length, and ground contact time, which I know are huge metrics for runners, as my dad's a marathon runner, and that's one reason why he doesn't use the Apple Watch to run, because other watches out there like Garmin do support that. But now it's really good that the Apple Watch supports this as well. There is a new view to workout stats where you'll probably need to scroll down to view all of them, and heart rate zones to help you keep pace with your workout. There is also a new alert feature which will let you know when you hit a target heart rate or another target metric that you want to have in place, and this will help further keep your pace of your workout. And then finally, there's a new average power graph, which can be a good view to use to see the duration of your workout and how intense it was for you. Another great feature added to watchOS 9 is sleep stages. These will detect which stages of sleep you are in and how much time you spend in each stage, and if you woke up during the night. So I personally don't think that the Apple Watch's battery life is good enough to do this yet. Maybe if its battery life was 3 to 4 days, but 1 to 2 days I don't think is enough, and I like to wake up and have a full charge, so I do plan on using this just to kind of test it out and see how my sleeping does look with the Apple Watch, but I don't see myself using this a long time. Then there's also a new medications app which will be shared through the Health app for your phone and all of your other devices. But with this, you'll be able to add specific medications that you either take regularly or irregularly. If they're prescription, you'll be able to scan the bottle using your iPhone's camera, and then this will automatically upload the medication to the app. So this feature will send you notifications when it's time to take your medication, and I think this can be a great way to help people keep on track with either prescription medication to help get over something, or just to keep up with their daily vitamins or nutrients that they need to take. The app will also notify you if you add a new drug and then there may be dangers or negative interactions with another drug that you already use. So from here, Apple moved over to the highly anticipated M2 chip. This will have an 8-core CPU with 4 high-efficiency cores and 4 performance cores, a 10-core GPU, and it will also have 24 gigabytes of RAM, and is supposed to have an 18% greater performance than the M1 chip while using less power than it. The media engine in this chip will also be able to support now multiple streams of 4K and 8K footage at the same time. And so to accompany this new M2 chip, this is where Apple had to unveil a new product, and this is where we got the new M2 Macbook Air. This has a more squared off design very similar to the 2021 MacBook Pro. This is going to be 11.3 millimeters thick and weigh 2.7 pounds. This will come in 4 colors: silver, space gray, starlight, and a new midnight color. The new Air has their Magsafe charging port, 2 Thunderbolt ports, and a 3.5mm headphone jack, which also supports high impedance audio. One of the largest improvements to this MacBook Air over its previous model is, I believe, its display. It now has a 13.6-inch Liquid Retina display with slimmer black bezels all the way around, and this one also now has a notch with it too. The screen will have 500 nits of brightness, and it also includes a 1080p front-facing camera. The Air will also have the Magic Keyboard with a Touch ID button and Apple's large Force Touch trackpad. And this laptop is rated to have 18 hours of video playback on a single charge, which I believe is great for any laptop today. This laptop will also support fast charging if you get their 67-watt power brick, and with this, charging it for 30 minutes, you're going to be able to retain 50% of the battery, which is pretty good for fast charging for a laptop. This Air will start at $1199 for the base model, and it will be available sometime in July. Also a nice surprise that I don't know if many rumors got, but the 13-inch MacBook Pro also got an update. Nothing hardware-wise, it's just got improved with the new M2 chip inside of it, so that is kind of just a great little improvement. And this is going to start at a base model for $1299 and will also be available in July next month. From here, Apple showed their newest Mac software, which is going to be called Mac Os Ventura. This will include Stage Manager, which can be found in the Control Center, and this will allow you to select one window, drop in any additional windows that you may want, and push all the other windows off to the left-hand side. To switch back and forth, you just click on a different stack and it will adjust the new windows properly. This Stage Manager should be a huge improvement to multitasking on Macs, because coming over from a Windows PC very recently, the multitasking on a Mac is very difficult right now and I don't really like it, so I'm very excited for Stage Manager. The Mail app got a slight update as well, with kind of adjustments to organization and the search feature within the app. They talked about it for a while, but I don't think it's that huge of an improvement. And Safari now has shared group tabs where you can share these tabs with other friends and you can see when they're on the tabs with you. Then Apple announced a new, more secure credential called Passkeys, and these are supposed to increase privacy and prevent anyone from scamming or phishing you, because these passkeys will be specific to your device and shared through your iCloud to all of your other devices. So you can't be talked into like sharing your personal information with other people, because it's specific to you. Apparently gaming is going to be improved as well with new Metal 3, which will allow for upscaling, faster loading times, and improved performance. Then one feature I'm really excited for is going to be called Continuity, where you're going to be able to answer a FaceTime call on one device, and as soon as you get in range with another device you own, you'll be able to transfer the call without ever ending it. One of the features I think is really cool, Apple announced they're going to be working with Belkin to create new Magsafe accessories where you're going to be able to use your iPhone as a webcam for your Mac. This is going to work when you place the accessory on your iPhone and then attach it to the top of your Mac, and it will automatically know that your iPhone is there, and now you're going to be able to use your iPhone's better cameras than the cameras in each of the Mac screens. Also, if you have an iPhone with a wide angle lens, then you're going to be able to use this new feature called Desk View, which will use advanced AI to display your desk without looking distorted for an overhead view. And you're going to be able to use this feature without tilting the screen of your laptop, so you can be able to get your face and your desk from the same camera angle, which I think is kind of crazy. So I'm super excited to start using that as well. And then finally, Apple talked about the new iPad OS 16, and this is finally getting a weather app. I don't know why it took Apple so long, but we're finally getting it now, and it's going to have tabs that you're going to be able to press on to get more information using this application. And there's going to be new collaboration features where you're going to be able to share either notes or Safari tabs with other people, and you're all going to be able to edit them and work on these documents at the same time together. And then we get a new sneak peek for Apple's new Freeform boards, which will be released later on this year. This is a space for a group of people to video chat with each other and have a shared document where everyone can edit it all at the same time. I can see this feature being extremely helpful for college students or anyone who works like in a collaborative setting. One much needed improvement to iPads that is finally here now is when you plug your iPad into an external monitor, you will get a full fitting screen instead of having those ugly black bars on the side. And also Stage Manager will be coming to the iPad, which will work the same as it does on Mac. All public betas are currently available for developers right now, and then for the rest of the public, the betas will be released later on in July, and then the full versions of these softwares will be available this fall. Honestly, I thought WWDC22 was a great event overall, and I do think Apple did give us a lot of the features that we've been asking for. Obviously, they still kept a few out, but overall, like, this was a great event for me. The production of it was great, just like all Apple events, and these times of the year, Apple events always get me super excited as I'm a huge Apple fanboy, so Can't wait to get my hands on some of these softwares in the near future. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you learned something new, and if you enjoyed it, then please don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe, as I don't want to miss anything else I have in the future. And with that being said, have a great day everyone, and cheers.